Hello, today Jack and I are going to be making pasqualina. Pasqualina is a traditional dish in Uruguay. That's where I grew up and we would eat that often. It has the advantage of being nutritious and cheap, and it's easy, and it tastes good, so it's very popular. Uruguay is a small country in South America, mostly made up of immigrants from Europe, including a large population of Italian immigrants. And that's really where pasqualina comes from. The Uruguayans will put their own little spin on it. We use spinach or Swiss chard instead of artichokes, which is the traditional pasqualina from Italy. And what I also wanted to share is that the word pasqualina comes from the word Pascuas, which in Spanish and in Italian means Easter. So in Italy, pasqualina was a dish normally had on Good Friday, which is the day where Catholics do not eat meat. So this is perfect for that because it's just basically spinach and eggs and onions and garlic. So it's easy. And in Uruguay, it really became just a dish to enjoy anytime, all the time. Because of that. It's just quick, easy, tastes good. So let's go ahead and make it.
So for ingredients, we have 3 10-ounce containers of frozen chopped spinach, of minced garlic, a half cup of chopped onions, half cup of Parmesan cheese. We're going to be taking 4 tablespoons of butter and 4 eggs. 2 of those eggs are going to get mixed in with the spinach to make the filling to the pie. And the other 2 are going to be placed in nests or little indents in the pie, you can see in this picture, and get cooked separately. And last but not least, we've got the pie crust here. Could make your own, but it's a lot easier this way. So the first thing we're going to do is put our frozen spinach into the microwave, try and unfreeze it. For each package, the recommended amount of time is 4 to 6 minutes. So I've got 2 here at the moment, so we're going to start with 9 minutes, and if they're still kind of frozen, I'll break it up and put them in for a little bit more. Now we've got our spinach out of the microwave. As you'll see, there's a lot of water in here since we used the frozen spinach, and we've melted some of that off. So we're going to try and drain some of the water off of the spinach and then move it into the bowl. So we can sort of squeeze some of that water out like this. It might not look particularly appetizing at the moment, but I promise the final product does taste pretty good. As we finish warming up the last one of the spinach packages, defrosting it, we're going to set our oven here to 350. We'll let that start warming up too. So here we're going to end up sauteing the onions and the garlic in some butter. So we're going to start by just putting the frying pan on some low heat, just melting that butter around in there. So we've drained all the water out of the spinach, so this is ready to go. We've melted down most of the butter here so that we're ready to start sauteing. So we're going to put in our half cup of onions here. Like that. And we're going to want a half a teaspoon of the minced garlic, because as I've written here, half teaspoon, 1 clove. I've got a 1/4 teaspoon spoon here, so 2 scoops for me. There we go. And we've still got this at a lower heat. I'm gonna start frying up the onions and our garlic in this butter. So now when you start to see sizzling, that means that we're ready to put in the spinach here. So I'm gonna gently start dumping that in. mixing the spinach in with the butter and the onions and the garlic here. So here we're gonna mix everything together, just making sure that all the spinach is mixed in with the onions, garlic, and butter. We're gonna cook this for roughly 5 minutes, but really just making sure that everything is soft and sort of melded together. So we're gonna prepare our pie plate here we're gonna start by rubbing this butter. Once we've coated the inside of the plate just with a light thing of butter, we're gonna sprinkle a little bit of flour across, just to make sure that our pie crust doesn't end up sticking to the pan. So you hear that sizzling? That means that our spinach mix here is done. So we're just gonna take that off the heat. Turn that off. Okay. So now we're gonna take 2 of our eggs here. We're gonna beat those in together in this little dish. See that there? And now it's time to mix everything together. So we're going to take the spinach, onion, garlic, and butter mix we made earlier. Put that in here. We're going to add the 2 eggs we just beat in this dish. And we're gonna add a 1/2 cup of Parmesan cheese. And we're gonna mix all these things together. This is gonna end up being our pie filling here once these all get mixed around. You can see that sort of starting to come together to a better consistency. I don't know how well you can see. So we're gonna use our pie crust here. We're going to place it in the plate that we had just rubbed the butter and put that flour in, so it shouldn't stick too bad. I'm going to try and stretch it around to the edges here. So now that we've spread out the pie crust the way we want it, we're just going to take a fork, poke a couple little holes around, just to let it sort of vent. Add the pie filling into the pie crust by gently pouring it out of this bowl here. Now we'll just sort of flatten it out, filling the shell a little bit more evenly. So now what we're going to do is something which makes this recipe very special. So we're going to make little nests here, little like indents. We're going to put 2 eggs in them, which are going to cook as their own. So as you eat the pie, if you have a certain piece, you get some egg in there. It makes it a little more unique than just a normal spinach pie. Now you can do this with it's up to you how many eggs you want in your pie. I'm going with 2 here. In the recipe, they've got, you can use 3 or 4, depending on how much egg you want in your spinach pie. I think 2 is enough, but it's a little something special. Now, we're just gonna put the top on our pie here. try and make sure that this can reach all the edges. Make sure to fold it around the edges a little bit so it doesn't leak out.
It's called crimping.
It's called crimping. Now we'll put just a couple little holes so it can breathe out.
Yep.
And now we're going to take, we've got an egg yolk here. We've separated the white from it. Because sometimes just a nice extra touch to paint some egg yolk on the top. So here's our pie with the crimped edges. You can see how we've made sure to paint the entire top with a thin layer of egg yolk. Now it's just time to put her in the oven. We're just gonna bake this at 350 for 40 minutes. And we'll check back on it then. So the time's almost up here, so let's check in on our pie. That's looking pretty good. And here's the finished product. It came together very nicely.